and yeah, they were consolidating the economy. I think we had got a second term, would have accelerated the growth of the economy, and yeah, they were consolidating the economy. I think we had got a second term, would have accelerated the growth of the economy. What I say, 2016, the World Bank, IMF, everybody predicted that Ghana's economy was going to grow by 8.5%. It was nothing to do with the new government hereby. It was the plans and programs we had laid. Now, two new oil fields, the production was coming in. We're going to use that accelerating infrastructure development, economic acceleration. The opportunities are that they have squandered on, just consumption. Ocean real sector now, the investment has gone down completely, barely 3%. We're hitting about 5% on capital development. Now, if you don't invest in capital development, then you're going nowhere. And we believe, sir, your programs now near implemented. It's important for us to continue so that we can do the fiscal consolidation again here to take us to the next level.
Well, but to do a follow-up quick one, one of the issues that this administration ends with you tout to say, oh, infrastructure, development, and all those things. But they've always tagged you, value for money, value for money, value for money. That has been the tag. A core yard talk Ghana for the dream. Again, you were tagged with corruptible acts, not your person, but your administration. Emma, you can say, oh, as supervisor such an act, yeah, clearly you cannot win yourself from.
What did you mean? One more engineers in the Ministry of Roads they work on these same roads. Are the same engineers who are there working with the same government, who has been arrested or investigated for inflated projects. Inflated projects are okay if there really was an inflation, show us where the inflation was. It's based on very simplistic thinking. Kaswa interchange. Also, why is it this expensive? Bawumia, he was comparing interchanges with different scopes of works. It is layman by engineering, and then you decide that I just look at this and say that this one is more expensive. Kaswa interchange, 3 bridges together. Then there were 2 secondary schools, brand new secondary schools, or polyclinic, 21 kilometers of roads in Ga East District. 20 communities got clean drinking water. It is a bridge, don't come say, oh, this bridge is too expensive. Then there's something wrong with you. What I say? Kwabin Nkrumah interchange. Now say, oh, so me compare why is this one more expensive? It is just because they don't understand, engineering. They don't understand that things have to do with scope of work. We see one hospital here. You see hospital for 26 million. Bawumia can say it was too expensive. Recently, President Akufo-Addo Katir stood for a new hospital in Shama for 32 million euro. Maybe I can say it's inflated. I can't say it's inflated because the new scope of works that hospital entails. It was political propaganda just to get anger at me. Say, I inflate the contracts, take the extra money and put in my pocket. So 32 million euro contract, no. President Akufo-Addo, the new hospital. This is just a basic comparison because they are both hospitals. And so that propaganda, no, we expect some media you would interrogate it and see that a lot of it is just political propaganda to try and defame a person. We did a lot of infrastructure works. If they almost believe there's an inflation, investigate and find out. You can prosecute people for it. And so the same engineers were doing a kilometer of asphalt for $1.2 million. Yes. And they are doing it for $1.6 million. Is it inflated? And these things, you must consider them. So I can say, you're crying, and you're doing a road here. This road might be more expensive, even though they're the same kilometers, 10 kilometers. Yeah. And so the culverts you have to build because of the rivers that cross the road will be more than if you're building a kilometer of road, say, in northern Ghana, because the road is flat, the land is flat, and there are fewer streams crossing, a kilometer of road there will be less expensive than a kilometer of road, say, in western region. Because every 1 kilometer you go, there's a stream passing under the road. It makes me feel that they don't have that kind of reasoning to be able to appreciate what goes into social and economic infrastructure.
The Pukwasi interchange, for example.
Yeah.
The loan facility, under your administration, somewhere in the regions of 86 million. A 3-tier interchange. Of course, this government claims or more are renegotiating in a fourth tier.
It depends on what changes you make to the engineering.
Absolutely.
And no, you can have the omnibus funding.
Yes.
But with changing engineering now, you can shorten some things, add another tier, and make a change within the scope of the same facility.
Now, if you compare the Pokwasi interchange to, say, cycle, that's a cycle in the regions of around 260 million. Then 86 million. For a layman in resist.
Until America say they are being simplistic in their analysis because you must look at scope of works and Anyoma.
Okay.
What I say?
Okay.
Second interchange was the longest bridge overpass in West Africa. The longest bridge is in Nigeria. The longest overpass is here in Ghana. A Pejafi NS chemist, a Kopim almost New Times Corporation junction. What I say? And apart from that, drainage works near Nyomina Ekaho. So you must look at the scope of works, and you want to be just far wide you can say, oh, sir, interchange, a year 86 million, we year this amount. So because of that, it means somebody has inflated the contract. To whose benefit? And the engineers or designer, call them and ask them, why is this more expensive than this? And let them explain to you.
Okay.
And if somebody has inflated, prosecute them. 4 years, who has been prosecuted for any inflated contract?
CJ, on this, no will be fat.
Yes, but many are penny or mine. Why we want to come back after 3.5 years in opposition? What can I say? What went wrong in your administration? What me up in pointing Yama? Namia Domina Trabanamawa.
Abuja for me, Chobi Bia, Wabaso, I am Koto 101. Meaning, I would test who can say, Mimra Mecancho says she, Mimra Mecancho say like and son, why at day. Ye got to about this a miss and because I am it me at day, Minian. My casa as a say, no Madani Gigi by force, my Nimunyan, Nimunyan, free, many are singing a day. Eh? At day, Elizabeth Fojo, Zigma, Joe Eskin. Joe, at day. Joe, and Nama, a phone back how you brukuno. Joe, Krum Kasana make our Nigerian. At day. Oba, say, Oba, like, Oba, comment. Me say, Momom Paye, a brand of me, say, prophet, my son, come say, Mo pesenke, Tina Yanko to Abano, but me can't grow much on say, so deep nature bonia, nature and so. Emma would tell him painting qua. You also have to suffer for Bonibia would did nature. In Tinkamunya yanket and Kamoko Twaba, but in Comshana must say, I can one day cry my dear Chiama on the 7th Nedra Marco Twaba, a bayam was 10 years. A bayam was 10 years. Okay? Yes, now your court saw about to we are. And on the buy and can't just say, but I will be say, what I say, yet you'll be now before say, Mamma, one of the Busa John Mahama say, or San Baba be a day. What can you see? Oh, Bawumia mana, or Suma or Momo could be tea. John Mahama face to face no. We NPP boys, who doesn't know? Inipa miensa. But the same Kwabna Santia or te conso anymore. Officer unimyansa sin obia, obi fiso unimyansa sin obia. One would say, Inipa miensa. Solid 3 boys, 3 strong boys. They said he is one new school, na headmaster, Mr. Mensano Aba, New Asafu. I need 3 strong boys. Let's just say, I bind the books number on JG. Or the abine books na a children din with TNT pen a friend a Bible of Mokai, yet the Nyoman na ba not 3 strong boys or more coaching. So I see Inti Bridget, yadi yesterday near Kansempa and conform and son we are cotran John Dramani, Sim said Jataba enim. One say affidie. Ono adwuma as a journalist e also oyeno Mahama e kan one by one ne kire wo mo say so bi otena ho na Bawumia be ka kire say circle interchange e over bloated overpriced contractor. Think, Tnasine dream. Say, have you taken time to calculate the scope of work? What could on a man you know I am quine? And quine no ni volume ni pe. But Bako say, ni the or the 1,000 Ghana cedis na ye quine. Bako say, or the 100 cedis and a year quine. Won koshe quine mu, ya kata quine so, koshe quine. Wa baby jina ho say. The other 1,000 Ghana cedis, all cast or the 1,000 cedis ye quine, we real wabokro no. Abra wonfa wani share chance nim ingredients are they use with 100 cities and they use with 1,000 cities no omo dey omo di ye enkwan no but otiechire because of say who say ni nyina eja shaase a chance no enyina kese ye pe na etu ehuru fasu dududu ntino wa conclude say the also the 1,000 Ghana cedis a year quite same volume no one no where you crawl for where you crawl for but be a chance in this no now if you who say we no and toast no na echo run about no but we no every ingredient be a asset well a the contributory there nutrients either a good and quite amu diamen afi no be say hey Bawumia na sa man sha nka wo and I say the 3 idiots a Jimmy from kwasiafo miensa omusi hodom no we happen in 2020 before elections no so ye beto aba no omu fee say omonya like a small nut beer they are going to use this little energy to crack omu koye no afi no na Mahama kire omu ade me say Jeja beye president. Min koka a friend say ku for ne de ba ya me ka de ye wo me a me beto Jeja me muso. Jeja ye president. Kofoa ba be ye president. Atamansa ye president. Mahama abe ye president. Kufuado abe ye president. Me ye wo me no me period me hu president mako 5. President Mako say 5. Sa president 5 year no no. Obi ani wa ho. Onim nyansa se Mahama. I'm telling you. Sa president Mako 5 no. Obi anso ni wa ote na dwuma ase as a president ese Mahama. Sa president no mehu omo no. Obi anso ni wa ade enwuma efe ewo nani so ese Mahama. Ena sa president 5 no obia ni honom a otimi improve enyoma obeto yese ni former president na ase ni predecessor aya otimi improve no more than 2 or 3 times ni scope no except Mahama kofo bai obeni na nenam Accra airport no ho a ye hu ni oyeye JJ nenam Accra airport no ho a ye hu ni oyeye Atamils, odi enfant on fofia anto ata ye hu ni oyeye but ade bia wo se Mahama de nse koka no se enkroma na ye ya otimi ka se ade we aserve ya chedodo enti sa ade we no de ma me nye dey me nso me expand no eno ne port eno ne airport because our port any airport no adwuma oyeye no osina otiwiemo na oye vice president ena onya yichire no to ho onya dream ne say ye ntimi nkoso enyusu ade a Kwame Nkrumah ye maaye no na ye 5 million or say 4 million or say 6 million per let's say 6 million ya ba be ye 5 times the population of Nkrumah time eye then ye also rely on enyoma Nkrumah ye maaye won say Mahama ba ya na all double all triple all quintuple all ye all the popo no of Nkrumah's project no Inti na ye Ghana for na ye say sa na Akufo-Addo nso ba oba beye. Enu nti se wahwe a Kwame Nkrumah enya nimonyam Akufo-Addo amemra yi so. But emra na Mahama to no Kwame Nkrumah enya publicity no. Why? Because support na Kwame Nkrumah see ya obi aba be expand in 3 times. Inti ade na wo ko Kwame Nkrumah di view. Let's look at the analysis now me, you know. Say a airport no na passenger carry for per annum no na Kwame Nkrumah see for say 500,000 was say Mahama be moving no call over 5 million passengers a year. So how do you live the way improve from 500,000 to 5 million? Who die on no na o come back na abrabo no ye boko ye nimu anase ye boko ye chi. So someone who said Kwame Nkrumah enhunsem ebeye bubuja ewa Akufo-Addo amemu nso a, it is because Americano a marathon na Mahama di yetu no kwase bi bedadaye eme kotena enua ase efi honom no a wono wanom nsam abo ono a wonko na ye yetunya di ama motivation ama yenso yetunya di etiri hwe enunti na nkofo no to nyoma Mahama se mi bo dia mi dibo 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 anamo antenyum no tio osi mi bo din Mahama no a mi bo din JM mi bo din John Dramani Mahama mi dibo adentia uye ebubro kosua ade ebeye no ense da enam se Mahama na beboa ma Ghana ya fa yentuma pa afrante no on say that the more the people try to destroy him, the more energetic, the more refined he becomes. Enti nkofo no nyum no me se eye me depa enyuma mo ato ama je mu bie no eye me desin mi bodia mi dibo mi bodia mi dibo mi bodia mi dibo mi bodia mi dibo ebu brokosia ade ebeye no enseido enseida ebu brokosia ade ebeye enseido kra wari ni awiye me se mi bodia mi dibo ye bodia ye dibo on sen ko fo mi nsan o enyem me na me kotena o manim no aka se o John Mahama bank to na akotena nanim enyem Malik Basitali na akotena Mahama anim no akoka se wo ye NDC ni nti no what tilting the questions, what tilting the conversations to favor Mahama enkofo miensan ekotena nanim so that enipa miensan eyede yanka ba ko bebusa no question nanka Mahama fambo won se omo ankasa small boy Kojo Sheldon kotena Bawumia nim obusa Bawumia question enye NPP ni NDC ni nekubusa Bawumia question no Kojo Sheldon a oye NPP ni oye NPP boy onu ne kotena Bawumia nim obusa no question na o fambo minianom me si baby ayedru no I need not to plead with you. I need not to beg you. I need not to pamper you before you know the right things to do. You have to do the right things, and then you have to go through the mill to get the right things done. I tell you, on all sincerity, without any kind of any scintilla, any iota, any scruple of any sort of equivocations, we are not going to mince words with. Now, the more they destroy Mahama, the more chappy. You can't say be a chappy out here. The more animated, the more fresh Mahama becomes. Mahama's campaign is well animated. It's well animated. I hear fresh. I hear with that kind of exuberance. Enti enne opia enne wo TikTok ni so ahon even NPP for platform no, you see that NDC ni ba ko be PS no or kasa with boldness or kasa with fact or kasa laying his or her hands on tangibles to show to the opponents. Have we thought of the things the people who claim they are supporting NPP, they find it difficult. They find it difficult to articulate their facts, to articulate their point. So now, on internet, it gets you so surreal. It's so strange. Hey, people who are saying that Oma created 2.6 million jobs, and they cannot lay hands, they cannot point, they cannot show to the people the tangibles, the things they have created. Oh my God. Amateria 7 say, JM the nation builder. He is not just the nation builder. He is an archetypal. Ye kas will be an archetypal, will be a quintessential, or ye example. The example, He is the example. Ye kas will be in him leadership. He understands it. If you're a leader and you cannot articulate your point, you cannot well explain your point and situations to the people you lead, you cannot be, or you cannot claim to be a leader. So you can deny na won to me nkyere wotiri mu ponsem emfa nkyere nkofo a wodi omoswa. How will the people understand the cause and for them to contribute their respective quotas to energize, to fuel your plans? And Obika said the JM NPP's nemesis. They cast a nemesis from the Latin word nemensi. What you say? Nemesis. Just say your enemy. Intina Latin omuka said nemensi di progresso. In Latin, nemensi di progresso means enemy of progress. Nemensi di progresso. So now, your own people, your own three idiots, omuko share Mahama one-on-one. Me say, this time on, you know mo be koni we matching them boot for boot. On say ne omuko all the social media platforms, all the TV political talk shows, NPP for representative, they are suffocating. They get there and they get themselves strangulated. Omokwa, I say miya omoko. That's what they've been going through of late. And so the people who were even following them, and ne omoba no more cancer fofo. And ne Bawumia or they say hableto. O de member ono ankasa ne former nkofo na omudi o machi a ebia mania kodi alenchemati echi na Bawumia tato digitalization na odfa ECG mu na odi wia musika Bawumia company ene gigi Ghana electricity or gigi sika no ECG ntimi gigi sika no Bawumia company ene gigi ECG sika no watene percentage ansa na odi ECG sika akwa akoma no oton banche memi beto banche ni wia oton banche ni okuru from o jise me kotua sika no otafo ntimi kotua sika no otafo a ansa na maame na me tua sika na ma ne tafo no bo so me so a ono no ede o sika bro ntidie ba adwenti na wo a oton banche no enso se ye ni wo se me tua sika ne direct amount enso enrechi na wo na me tua sika no ma ede na asi ede asem na aba no nsia bo na sekshe jamase etumpan ne dai anka etumpan de nka no nsia bo a ehde ne aburu ntwenim. It is 6 p.m. and we're still beating etumpan. Abna, they are really suffocating and strangulating themselves. See, Abranti, no.
Rectify.
Oh, there are some things we did very well. And we did very well. We moved very seriously. Now, taking time.
After 3.5 years in opposition, what can I say? What went wrong in your administration
of GDP? There are many things we did. Infrastructure. Make what I pray. Every community I go to, is thanks. When I my Kenya, when I my hospital, when I my school, when I say, we feel so. Your police station, I see. Your jack and rim. Your school, I now see. Your jack and rim. You understand? And so we get a lot of gratitude for the work we did, in terms of improving people's lives. But you always sit in hindsight and say that, look, Anka, there are some things that we could have done better.
Yes.
And the same mistakes in our buying here is to do with youth employment. Again, we're not taking it very seriously. Now, a taking time bomb by Eba. Oko village, there are a lot of young people. We are SHS, we are there, and we are some better few. So I want to know you are only doing. And my dream is our next year, I will say we'll do the hospitals and things. But I will say I dream call how to find employment for these young people. And then she said, Papa, we have to look at. So I have a mind to say Germany near the other. They are moving them as our countries, and they are skilled manpower. Yeah. And yeah, just the long book learning. What I say, most people are middle level technicians, plumbers, welders near there. I always give this example. Say, Abraham, you're president, when we were working on the new oil fields, now you believe some subsea pipelines. And I'll say, we'll pay 300 welders. Maybe because welders, apprentice for almost welding. I mean, so 300 welders, almost they must have the American certificate of welding. That's the first time I might say there were some certificates in terms of proficiency in welding. And you say that certificate is awarded only at the International Maritime University. And in here 300, they tested so many people. In here 60 pay. And eventually, Okofa be free Cote d'Ivoire and or be free Italy to complete that particular project. And about my dream say, our economy is changing. I think it's not just the book long, any long grammar, PhD near there. We need people with skills, plumbing near there. The underwear rig, they have plumbers, they have electricians and others. But proficiency, is of a certain level. Until we need to shift our attention, say, more skills training. Your technical university called vocational. You bet me the young people are almost training in vocational and technical, like a kind of modular system near the Omaba campus, and come and train them, over that short vacation period in some skills. Somewhere in here, they go back, do some practicals. The university is open, Wapombia, near the Omaba, to finish the program. At the end of it, we give them a certificate. The way the economy is going, you hear crane operators, you hear bulldozer operators, you hear excavator operators, you hear people with that kind of skill. And so, your towns need to be only young people now. We're free SHS, but only skill be a obetimi the juma. Now public service on so and can be a obey juma or as a clerk or something, and also it's oversubscribed. And we need to make a shift. And on hindsight, I realized that infrastructure is not the only thing. Of course, it improves people's lives because you have better health care if you build a hospital. Children are able to go to school if you build a school. But we need to do that pivot. Neil said we must upscale the skills of our young people. And then the second thing is, also you're taking advantage of our young entrepreneurs. In the first term, we tried to do it with a 10 million Ghana cedi facility under the Youth Enterprise Support Initiative. On hindsight, I could have expanded that program more rapidly because we share some of those assets stay under that program. They've managed to go on and establish more businesses and they've employed people. There's a girl, Oye, University of Science and Technology, on a proposal on what she wanted to do. Also, a person aquaculture. And your fundeno, your talk cages, no man, and everything. And she went and set it up. And in a short time, she was earning far more money than on the colleagues at a PFE Tech. And you should see her, or cages now, 90 cages no, so use a canoe, come or have a seen a fish near there. And she was applying it directly to restaurants in Accra near, so we can take advantage of Yenkwada or entrepreneurial spirit. We share digital and service area. There are millions of jobs that we can do there. And Ubusam say, what do I think? Say, Uncle, I think, say, our attention on youth entrepreneurship, providing employment for young people is what I think we could have done better under my administration.
What?
We had artificial job creation, youth employment.
Yeah.
Over 2 years, you go and sweep or you go and direct traffic, you do something. After 2 years, now you come out, you still don't have a sustainable job. It's the same with NAPCO.
Yeah.
NAPCO have 80,000 graduates. They do all kinds of things. At the end of the NAPCO, you can still find sustainable jobs for them. Into those artificial job creation, a marking time while you try and open things up for them. But they created sustainable jobs. And they said we must believe in the entrepreneurial spirit of our young people. And that is going to be my focus in any new administration.
We'll come into those details. Meaning, say, the Brina or People's Manifesto. So when we get to the new policies, our person would the EBA would interrogate and no. Me person yes see free hana yes. For some time now, Waba Pro ewo Ghana. You were active in the 2008 campaign as running mate to the then flag bearer of your party, John Evans Atamels. 2012, you were the leader of your party, the flag bearer. 2016, year campaign. How different is 2020 campaigning from all those campaigns?
On say, one man of beautiful answer. We intino untimi question Papa Bia Musa. Africa Busa say campaign how different. And none be solve. Say me ye campaign change. Say my campaign change. And no. Sa skills training na Mahama ka ho asem no. E di beba be say e di bema mrante ne maba wana. And some asa. They said your campaign, hey, see, monam internet so no be a can and a Mahama be winning and a Bawumia be here and some no loud silence TV are canning in every I am saying it on authority. And Koto, Ninia Kevin, Mr. Article, Ransford, Freeman, ya can some win in every Minimum ya can some win in every or loud silence TV so. And send me a view na mo petty. A Jumanesi. Call me a Juman, call me the Ike. Ike na the suicide. A Juman me my yeri. Ike yakari. A Juman ye. So baby Mahama peke. He? Already. One will say Akwani Busane say. No I bet na kunya so wako o san banadie na obeye san kwase question na 2020 ene nkofo mi nsan ko busa Mahama. Indi se mo ante a ejimifo no amugu internet ne so especially minim de okofa TikTok ne baaye. He wa he bibimayon. Now, Kona nipa da sani si TikTok so 3 hours, 4 hours. Where obit me ja TikTok nisi so. No akoda. Or no ye host no. No akoda. Na manfo jina so. Ena Bawumia it is possible. And someone Mahama jina wa ote wa o kache obi ne kwabna santino. What ti be free Bawumia no muda. O de let's assume say Mahama o ka omeye. Bawumia so eka omeye. Omundie na ekasa eto aso. I already yesu. So we say politicians they omun kan okre. Okay, so politicians in kan okra Mahama a politician. Bawumia so a politician. Enti Mahama a politician, Bawumia a politician no. Ye. Mahama Canada, unyini. Bawumia Canada, unyini. Nemo no, and someone kofo minu Kenya unyini no. Dear him, and they are convincing. Dear him, ne to assume. And obi, I don't know, obey on one him say, Ahana Adeneko. Mahama ba no kase creating jobs. Youth in rearing. Say, emranted mamba wa ye ko emwanyemu. Na kwase bia betra TikTok, no betra Facebook, no betra radio so akoko nkete. Me say, you see, you could have done yourself a little good by reading. You go online and read daily protein intake. Daily protein intake, the requirement. WHO, World Health Organization. Omo a sanction, omo a and a particular figure be say, and what say iriasin nipa piano udi in dry matter basis say protein no ye hata na ewo na ye jamo a wo unim protein me kire say ye mfa say okofa beans edua ana say akoko nam enye de nsu wo mu no enye de wakuna na odi ayem kwan no say odi sa nyoma we ekogu machine na o hata na ewo aye dindindin na afi wuwi a wasi no wodrum na aye muhumuhu na odi akwa akogu apampan so na wahwe emuduro no while taking weight no eno ne efre no daily protein intake in dry matter basis a certain grams menka wako what is the WHO protein intake and the accepted protein daily protein intake no oko now ko research and oko search no internet this one at the value ni be ma no obusa say what no are you able to get that amount of protein in a day untimi. You go to the UK, you go to the US, United Kingdom about a billion chickens a year. Koko mako 1/1 billion a year. San koko na omori no. Say koko ayere no Ghana on. Enru 5 million cry a year. Over a billion and koko mako 1 billion. Afini be kwa wiye no. Enkofo a ketua bi a omo no wo UK no. No marry san koko no. Any America de America de nka ho asem na China de ye nka ho asem. Ghana enkoko say ne eri no a year. Inim mpo statistics no kura ni ho. Eno na ye hu say before you can start any industrialization no was a one omrante no maba one skills because we start industrialization na oye production na mrante no maba one omuntumi service machines na wo dey industrialization na you will still import workforce in ka dey import workforce no wo dey kwa akofa expatriate aba no ene nka wa anye industrialization no ena oko kra nyoma ne ba ya kenum mbe yefo because expatriates no omo ba enyoma omo be charge wo ne conditions ne ade no you can meet but obi can realistic policies are a best solve your immediate hunger situations no there be enkoko nketenkete obi catch us obetche okwan obefa so anye nkoko anye fish anye mponche anye nwan aye afuo eno no ni no problem but kwase bi a onna nwe ho fa fiber optic cable ensasase na se no obeka catch us say obema digitalization in place of farming in place of animal rearing. Now busa say the people who will use digital facilities to do their work in the morning, would they get up and eat digitalization, and in the afternoon eat digitalization, and in the evening eat digitalization? No. ubedi ka didi ansa na wasori akọ bank akoye adwuma. So for economy bia se ebekọ so no aduane ne de bo economy nechi ye bo nechi dom. Samsung Electronics na wo no. Samsung owner no or started by producing noodles. Noodles. And na Samsung owner no produce. And a lot of companies they were into small things. Opel, this unim say Opel the entia omo crown no and now omo yina ye zigzag no. Almost started with sewing. Opel, just read their history with sewing omo panwade. And when ye enuma nkokon kitinkiti no a na sika ba afi obeye nkokon kese afi sika ba na afi no nkokon ideas no afi yesi ama. Then you begin to look into how do I change nkokon bebre aba ye nyantom free me pen ha me friends me factory ho dia na meye ene ma me nkofa me abattoir ma menye processing plant nkokon no ye di bi ba beye chicken sausage ye di bi ba beye hwan ye betwitwa bi na ye di agu bo woni a package into obi a oni adade a afi no koye yin obekọ no ni a processing nkokon no. How do you get there? You get there by starting nkokon kitinkiti. And this is the realistic thing montiasi. And so on se mon penyoman kitinkiti no. And na kwa bibidi akonso atrechi. Or catcho or the flamboyance, flamboyant thing no abeka to trim. And that thing best sounds so fine. A kufa do the NB. Oh, one village, one dam, one district, one factory. Oh, 1 million, one constituency. Oh, you pay a sky train. Because ushe TV and no na but the no TV so Oma bro ye level no. The no TV no so no. Omo abro ye come level ni so. Inti eye day na wo jump wo e no. Wo jump ho e koda Rolls Royce mo. You don't do things like that. You start by solving a common deal no. So you start by doing kitten you do small business. The small business will grow. You keep an eye on it. And then it will grow and change to become business akesi na nkoye nkiti bio. Then afina be a multi-million factory or business. Na agentre here for baby. This is how you build your mind. And we build countries, we build system from the perspective of realists. Omo je enyomatum senya esitie ekomu die nti yenye komho adwuma no. Omo na timi boa eme etu enyoma yetimi building nyoma for that thing. Nyenye de ekomu de wo no. On promise wo aduane. On fa nsuo promise wo. Wa watade atete no ye mfa atade emme promise wo. Na all promise wo car. Ti wo wadamfo ane ne ko school. Waba na kura ase na wabeto se wo ho. Oba e wo ho atete. Kwasi se nya ho atete die. Me kokruma meto me ko Accra na me next time me ba me the car bebre wo. Na wagye di. Abra wan kan cho say the next time oba or di ntade mpaboa aduane nsuo bebre wo. Na tese wo ye jimifo. Wantimi ama nsuo, wantimi ama mpaboa, wantimi ama sika o de beto koko na de tiani mpo. Or promise with car, or promise with iPhone, or promise with Samsung, or promise with enyoma enye no na wohia sisi. Last time I told you, you don't think about future without building today. How you build today will automatically build your future for you. Number is 0240258269. Furniture Wagin. They say how you build today will automatically build your future for you. You cannot build tomorrow by ignoring the structures of today. Number is 0240258269. Who I want to say? Over TSA. To wait me at your wedding. Zigman, that's it. Minia, we didn't baby akas every. Mr. No, I go straight to the point, am I? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Minia Kasa.
Yeah. Me faço, you're from Manalamuzu, me faço from Cologne, Germany.
Kasa.
And very important video boy two journalists or three journalists or ABC's Mahama questions. Most of us with Brussels because Obia or you a oil. Yeah, question Pierre or babies. Yeah, not one. You also have more ways. Some are more answers. The one to work in my own and a hawk and a mission of oil. Even making about compare with this because the woman say Mahama about what about African leaders here were I say more. Please, it's not surprising. You're stressed and in Mahana or the area when I say on the one.
Hello? Man on communia.
Kwame na was able to.
Namakasa.
If you are so. Ade a wuni mu so bi kirewa no abra ho ase na nipa no akirew Kwame asema Mahama kan ho me ka se me koto praku me to baba ko na me to bema ba ko na no se bema no me to 13 million if you didn't 3 months no me to 19 million oba no one crowd no on order one or 4 say ade bia utimi se wunu obi na adwemu da ho eso so otawachi ama otimi ayese adwuma na obekọ wani abo ye wenu preko no fidi ni ya esi ye tu case a dodo obewe no ehun sika na wunya na ye gimi nti na bi agudie wo ye ni so nti de bia enoma ye anyade no na ye bi agro Ghana ye problem ye wa no Enwema aye adihiyade ebeboa ye no wu krasi ni na wo ti akrasi na wo makumase no wu nka ya shadwa wi wu nka wo so sum osoro because wo asase ni wo tikumase abonten no wo nya ba bi nya sa amwa no enkika wo na mka wo krasi nka wo de nka abama anso wo no te krasi bokom no banche fo na wo do na ni je ho e chance ma wo ya papa yi kai ba me da se mi nya wo na ye
Hello?
Hello, Senior Gutu.
Senior Kasa.
With the media material.
Mate, we are
also. I'm the kappa. I'll want it to get along. Senior Gutu, you say, the year, Sa plan. I don't know if you never go not a so one and a so one. I'm sure I'm on the basics now. If I'm goofing, I'm a hard. Senior Gutu. A true punya. I'm sure if you're going to do the tobacco, 1.6. And when I'm a ton, but at the ton is a beton 14 cities. I will call the ton 14 cities. But you do bring up 1.6.
Hold on. Okay. The field of agriculture, Mkuana, with me this Kakoshawa, which means your base over 500%. It is only in the field of agriculture. What the bro seed back see, a form. ebema a whole a brudua na asama ne corps no be say 8 e wo dua ba ko ho averagely and so the seed ba ko pe na say ho but amount over bare 2000% e only agric nko na e masa amfa so no koso
this na kutu the me and say a group koto a group ba ana me kope esawa na me koyan maybe they know but the true bunya na omani ni na yakesa kesi o akesi bi akesa kesi o kon kinyi no it who be a police no say fastest unemployment fastest a year it can be also because on so who won't go 5,000 me calculation you won't go 5,000 that's a book on the get no be ni na mo to e dey bi akoko 2 e dey bi akoko 2 da akoko 2 e dey bi na 5,000 check it kushadu do
exactly that's similar a simple analysis no dey ma on hello
yeah good evening
yeah kasa
Some news were quite good to just a drink of food want to be Jimmy a baby radio station was a also. No good to say, go for a no more can't go on get once a man. Well, we are looking to have a cock of bomb. You go to a mini back for her, if any got or statist a project he be so young, go on and go on to 20. But he made me say every week be out in your 10 case of Kosia create 10. It is an animal go on in Nase echinabi oton kukono na osande kofa nguko na akoko potra ya no yakofa akoko akese na be ya na se ya fangi tengete na dio mustati kese ngofu wo ujo mo jimi ma hu be bio mkofa jimi ni fi desi ya na ya baso gana na se obi o ya bibi ni bia no nyama ya kamera se o ye jimi fo wo man no because asembe be bia na aka bia no hu no kono wo hu ni ti akoko na ya nya omo no ye mfo mo nketo na ya tete mo mo nyi nti obi ka se nkoko ngete ya we ya de jam se de Nyame beti omuka 2024 idia omwani za nyama ebo mosono soso nyame ka hungoto
Grasiminia Osimo baby okofa Jimini bye hello yes Junior kaza
hello
yes ya tonka mini kaza
yeah goto ya mojuma
ejuma dase
ya mu ye ni sofa na me portrait farmer hello
ya tonka mini kaza
me a portrait farmer sell your work and me go far brothers be less than 3 months sell ye one see aya kese na o masi aye no utimu se o man ye de hu she portrait farm mu a e betimi aboa ye ama ya koye nim e na no mi jina horom na me ka kire me marinas jiwe ni itimi kra enam efri we abuche ba no se nkwa no pu fi say asini adwen.
Now, hold on. Here, on says to say, no, you broke land to me, boy.
Oh, I brought near told me what half, I brought your total 1.2. 1.2, no, a hardly. As so cry me, the Biara and me can say, Sir, abide the policy in the back. That's a policy will make in a year. Any problem, Pia.
Me bow, they may can say, on says to say, no. Enam say a bro ho akwa atwenti no e bro no enipa ne mmoa no na edwen ho but say ye policy we ya obi nim say okodo abro a onim say ade te nyame nua be fa de akwa akofidi ne nkokọ
any problem
what I say
na policy nko de ba policy nko ani nya policy ni keke ni nya adwuma no ye ne de your ground so a me we school me nkope abaye adwuma na policy we say wo ho ma de na ehia me enti ya da masebo nkoto na policy ni kekere ba na aban so ya sene kora na policy ni beto keka ya ni so ya da wase pa
say that say
ya da wase ya me nka ho yo bye
abinia mo dia mo nim de da nam kwan so ne ba hwe minia me see won se wunya fantastic primary policy na enya touching the grounds now and kenye ne say amount for the fertile and arable lands galamsey no now ebro baby a ote edi ne hene the top soil topsoil and akuafo hia wo. Topsoil no eno na akuafo ehia e de yom wonders. Ena topsoil nso so ena galamsey fo ne pan nyina enne so obi a poultry farmer on the poultry farmer. A bruno anka wose nka onya na affordable rate no. A bruno a short into otono aboden. Oto a bruno aboden. As a policy ni ba abani hwe na oma enkokọ fo no sika no. Na oma mu go into grain side be feedi emmoa eni nipa no so that a job creation enipa edo abro enipa anye nkokọ enipa edo abro enipa anye nkokọ omo ye soya ye soya omo ye a whole lot but yenti nyoma ase enipa sori anopa opese ode folk ewo digitalization mu na offer galamsey nsu num guso yate ya twen wo. Hello.
Ricardo.
Yeah.
How are you, brother?
I'm good. Let's flow.
Are you still on? Are you okay?
Let's flow. Yes.
What I've seen here is that noticing about my brothers and sisters back home, right? A lot of them have not enjoyed quality when they're talking about quality of life, like a real life that you enjoy yourself, have a freedom of health and all that. So they have not enjoyed. Most people have been living deplorably for so long that they used to it. You understand? So a lot of things that Mahama is saying to them, it's just not real. Just don't sound real to them. That's why they are finding it so difficult to believe or to accept it. You know what I'm saying? They become so numb to that deplorable way that they live in. So you can see somebody or hear somebody, can tell that this person have not eaten all day, living in very bad conditions, still saying, oh no, I'm still going to vote for this current government, But somebody is trying to tell you that I can give you better life, but you are saying no, So that's the problem I'm seeing. So I think they should just give Mahama a chance to prove it to them. It's only 4 years. If it's wrong, okay, then you kick him out and bring that person back again. But when it comes to food, right? My parents have been in food business in this country for over 30 years, okay? American, when it's talking about food, right? When it's raw item, right, it's very cheap. But when it's prepared, that's when it becomes expensive. So food here is nothing. Look, even some of the food that they cook, right? Let's say fried chicken, okay? When you fry that chicken, you have 30 minutes, you have 10 to 15 minutes to sell it, or that you throw it away. You understand? So when it comes to wasting food here, no country in the world can come to food wasting here. The food that U.S. as a country waste a day here can feed the whole Africa.
I tell you.
I'm seriously telling you. Okay? And guess what? And it still that doesn't cost the company or the restaurant that is using, because the food cost from that thing is like a 10% yield. That's what they're throwing away. Like I'm telling you that when you cook it, that's when it becomes expensive. A whole chicken here, if we're buying it from the provider, okay, it will cost us like maybe $1.19 or maybe $2.50, okay? But if we cut that chicken in half, we cook it, we pack that cost and overhead and everything in it, we'll sell it like maybe $25. Okay? We'll sell it. So you see the percentage, right? That we get it. So if we throw that chicken away at the end of the day, we didn't sell it within 15 minutes time, we're still not losing anything. You understand?
That's it.
This guy is telling you that I can teach you how to be like US. I can teach you how to mass produce your food. How to be able to have food on your table that you don't have to think about what to eat when you wake up in the morning. What is so big about it? What do you have to lose? Give him a chance. Let him show it to you.
That's it.
If he can do it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Yes. Asɛm no na wie ya no. I think say the course no be see ha say. Na ya run be via up. The nyoma nkofo nte ase no. Eno no. Where? In print, I am telling you, industrialization and say industrialization you say in pass or no near because the one you want to use or the people you want to use the energy to industrialize the country, no, they will first of all need fuel in their body, and that fuel is food. You cannot run any meaningful industrialization whereby you don't have food in surplus. And also, agrarian is soft form. Then agrarian will bring in that kind of industrialization. Undo abema nimbu so. Oye de process yabe. You industrialize because you have a well-structured agric system. Because about industrialization, what we are seeing now, about 40% to 50% are from assassination, are from a firm. Because in Kokono or Mufri farms neighbor. Bordiano conflicts now within all the cereals no or Mufri farms neighbor. In the old koto conflicts machines at yakusi edra a bronoa yedibe fidi. We know what doing home, what training man for? Have you thought of the kind of a friend say cultivar? What do you so a vessel will go into agric no? Into oya agric no? And now identify agric produce bino. And when I will see home factory. And Nuntina Mahama ko see a revival Commander Sugar Factory. Na oko kra improve seedlings of sugarcane from India. A buy and kofu we buy no. Sikawo Indian Exim Bank de man Ghana no. Sikan abin esi ho. Mumra medina mon fanko enko dua sugarcane no. Enkofu we sugarcane no man intimi ama Commander Sugar Factory no esi ho a ye pese ye ton de ma ye ho ye mfa nyehwe. Officer Mahama si factory ni si wo said o sisi ho say sugar no anase sugar canes no yakofa ahwede na ba. Mahama through the deputy minister we a friend say Hana Bisiu. I was aware say omo introduce something we call poultry revitalization program. You can say revitalization. I say yes, sashe your poultry industry mukena because in the day of Dako farms no, na Dako farms in Kwano, be ye major anchor in the poultry industry to the extent say Dako farm day old chicks no, na amount for farmers free Nigeria be for Dako farms and koko e the ko. Me ye practical ye de me call Dako farm e ma me ko hwe se ne yesi e ye nneoma ho. What you say? Mahama time I quite remember oko akate farms improve a friend say guinea fowls or ko farm confirm from Belgium. Improve ones who enye ye de na why say akokohwe dia ne ho tintin a ne nam no sa nam no you cannot serve it in any meaningful restaurant. Me call Ghana me di omse chicken man aduane. And I'm not ding. Why? Because the poultry industry is not well developed. And a lot of chickens now, more you know, Ghana or no. Munya broilers, because broilers no, farmers no, boka. Because broilers no, momu didi to put on flesh no. Enti, dia momu real Ghana ho ye layers o. Layers no, so dia momu namne din say, beye what we call technically, we call them spent force. Omo yusu omo energy no any omo flesh ni nyina e dia to nkosua nti waye twentwelente waye dintintin gase nti oba abrochi kura na onya akoko nam a emre a bibini still ase mekope de edin. Let me tell you the fact and then say akoko bia waye twan bia no nutrient ba ko bia ni nimo. Akoko odu maturity period no na ewo se wokunwe na wa nkuna anwe a obe convert ne flesh ni nyina into into dangerous fats. Into dangerous fats. Into no, ubon say, yen kokonu kumo na sradeɛ no adɔ yellow ayɛ deep yellow pa na ɛwɔ hɔ no ne nyinaa yɛ dangerous fat mature na no better na no akunu so that you can eat and get the full nutrients yɛte hɔ ɛna ya trip ya dane nsɛm nyinaa nkwasiasɛm ya nsɛm nyinaa nkwasiasɛm sɛ ɛna akokɔ nketenkete ɛna akokɔ nketenkete. I tell you, if you have a leader or tackle your daily protein intake, and you know why I see that policy is a revolutionary policy in the say proteins and a build brain cells. No? So only proteins are you proteins who cause we say ohunam no se whether ne crash sana ohunam proper proteins wo body mo no and Ghana enam se yanyi proteins no papa and the boys need to me nam into mu nyina omutiri hu ye dey food dwene adwene no bebre no lack of proteins. I am telling you, meti ha say no meti ha say no menye tiny boy but nye say adwene enso me nko fo me ne omu si su nyina me ko Ghana ko hu a me hu ba ko say ne hu nyina ye adwene me hu no say na me yemu ahye na me nim say maba adom ahenwa nanimu a ye bebu me atan because me de minim ne say onyankopon na ne tirim nyina afu dwen na ote akonwam nti me hu me age group no ne hu nyina ne bu nyina aye dwene gray hair me say me ko manka me ne hu me ko fiem say and I make gray hair no cry a funny way difficult ni nyina ne say the right nutrients no ye ni into bia wo Africa ho no aye twan enipa kakra bi omudidi good no ohu omo a ubonso wo manyini pa ho and so you still see them once for me despite no a omo ye mosikafo no omo nam ho omanyini o but omo wo musika kakra omudidi good intino omudidi good intino onyini kura onyini because onya the right nutrients to fuel the body. If you have a leader or drink nutrients ewo hu no let's just say Ghana hono obi edi banku na omu bedi kona banku esinipa ni fufu esinipa nim no nya to fufu no ato onidi anopa no akono nkoko anopa koko na ada niem sa awia no akope dokno no adi anwumre no akodi fufu no sosoro wanya namo awi the whole day na bia nantwinam nyinu miensa pi ena obi so ha wo kire yem kom sa weekend no akotena se efie fufu no ade nam no fi say you cannot eat a bowl of meat one day and you compensate your daily protein intake. It doesn't work like that. What you say? It doesn't work like that. Mama yen kofom na yen nyansa policy se ho. That is why I come here not to beg of anyone. So koto abama Mahama because I know say they all turn adepa na adepa nso se wo ton a yem pa cha mo bi meto de wato bidano de wadi bidano de wa yusu bidano ono aba ebeton ade no Dios makramo will give you the ipso facto, we give you the pure fact, the endo facts and figures. It is what we provide you with here. We don't mince words with, we say it as they are. And this is the hallmark of this particular platform, Enkoto 101, Loud Silence TV, and then Loud Silence Media in general. And all the people at Ombetna Haseno, we give you nothing but the true fact. I love you all. A dafu fry a best friend is in Neno. Yebeshia. Bye bye.
Back. after 3.5 years in opposition, what can I say? What went wrong in your administration? What me up in point in Yama? Rectify.
There are some things we did very well, and we did very well. We moved this country to the next level. We share from 2008 to 2016. We grew Ghana's economy from $28 billion to $55 billion by the time we were leaving office. That was a quantum jump in the size of GDP.
Back. After 3.5 years in opposition, what can I say? What went wrong in your administration? What me up in point in Yama? Rectify.
There are some things we did very well, and we did very well. We moved this country to the next level. We share from 2008 to 2016. We grew Ghana's economy from $28 billion to $55 billion by the time we were leaving office. That was a quantum jump in the size of GDP. There are many things we did. Infrastructure. Make what I pray. Every community I go to is thanks. When I my Kenya, when I my hospital, when I my school, when I say, we feel so. Your police station, I see your jack and rim. Your school, and now we see your jack and rim. You understand? And so we get a lot of gratitude for the work we did, in terms of improving people's lives. But you always sit in hindsight and say that, look, Anka, there are some things that we could have done better.
Yes.
And the same mistakes end up